The doorbell above the glass entrance chimed softly as Ethan Caldwell stepped into the boutique, a man whose presence could silence a room. He had come to buy a rare diamond ring for an upcoming gala, but the moment his eyes met hers, time stopped. The young woman behind the counter, her posture, her eyes, the gentle curve of her smile, she looked exactly like his ex-wife, Alyssa, the woman he'd lost years ago and never stopped thinking about. His breath caught in his chest, his heart thudded once, hard, like the echo of a memory he'd spent years burying. For a second, he thought he was seeing a ghost. But ghosts don't hand you jewelry boxes with trembling hands. What was she doing here, or rather, what was this face doing here, haunting him in the form of a stranger? The millionaire, known for his composure and confidence, found himself speechless, frozen in disbelief. And as she looked up at him, offering a polite smile that didn't recognize him, Ethan's world tilted on its axis. Something wasn't right. The timing. The resemblance. The name tag on her uniform that read, Alina. Was it a coincidence, or fate trying to say something he wasn't ready to hear? Before we go further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of love that heals, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. This story might just remind you how fate can surprise us when we least expect it. For years, Ethan Caldwell had built walls around himself. A self-made millionaire in his late 40s, he had everything that screamed success, luxury cars, a glass penthouse above the city, and a name that commanded respect. But behind all of it, his heart had remained cold, sealed off since the day his wife, Alyssa, walked out. Their marriage had fallen apart not because of betrayal or lack of love, but because Ethan had chosen ambition over affection. Long nights at the office. Missed dinners. Words said in anger. And then, one evening, she had simply left a note, "I hope you find what you're looking for." He never did. Years passed, and the ring he once bought for her anniversary still sat in a drawer, untouched, like his heart. Until that day, when a saleswoman with her same face and voice shattered his calm in a jewelry store. The boutique glimmered with soft gold light, filled with the scent of polished glass and faint perfume. Alina, the young woman who resembled his ex-wife, was helping him with choices, unaware of the storm inside him. Every word she spoke made him flinch, not because of what she said, but because it sounded exactly like her. Even the way she tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear, the same gesture Alyssa used to make when she was thinking. He wanted to ask her questions, where she was from, what her story was, if she had someone in her life. But he couldn't. How do you tell a stranger she looks like the woman who broke you and taught you love in the same breath? As Alina showed him a diamond ring, she mentioned it was part of a charity collaboration. A portion of the sales went to a foundation that helped single mothers start new lives. Something about her tone softened him. She wasn't just doing a job. She cared. That struck him deeply because Alyssa, too, had once run a charity before their marriage fell apart. Ethan's chest tightened as he studied her. She was kind to every customer, gentle with her words, humble in her movements, everything that had drawn him to Alyssa years ago. But when she looked into his eyes, he saw no trace of recognition, no flicker of shared history. Only warmth. "Sir, are you all right?" she asked quietly when she noticed his silence. He forced a faint smile. "You just remind me of someone." She smiled politely, used to hearing such things, and continued packing the ring. But Ethan lingered, unable to leave. He noticed a small photograph tucked under the glass counter, a picture of Alina holding a little boy. Something in that image tugged at his soul. He hesitated, then asked softly, "Your son?" Her expression brightened. "Yes. His name's Noah. He's 6. Ethan nodded slowly, a lump forming in his throat. The resemblance, the kindness, the quiet strength, it was all too much. He thanked her, took the ring, and walked out into the city's winter wind. But her face stayed in his mind like a melody that refused to fade. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. The image of Alina, and that small boy, replayed endlessly in his head. Something about her story felt unfinished, as if fate had placed her in his path for a reason. The next day, he found himself driving past the boutique again, just to see her through the window. She was laughing with a coworker, alive, real, human. Not a ghost. And in that moment, he realized something he hadn't felt in years, hope. He began visiting the boutique more often, each time under some excuse. A gift for a client. A necklace for a fundraiser. He never crossed a line, never confessed the real reason he came. But Alina began to notice. She'd tease him lightly about being a loyal customer. What she didn't know was that every visit helped Ethan heal a little more, not because she was Alyssa, but because she wasn't. She was a reminder that kindness, compassion, and second chances still existed in a world that had turned him cold. Weeks passed. One afternoon, he finally opened up, telling her about his late wife, his regrets, and how he had lost himself chasing money. Alina listened quietly, her eyes soft with empathy. Then, after a pause, she said something that changed everything. "You know," she said gently, "sometimes life takes away what we love most, not to punish us, but to make room for something new. Maybe not the same, but still beautiful." Ethan's eyes stung. Her words echoed through him like sunlight breaking through clouds. That day, he left without buying anything, but for the first time in years, he felt lighter. Over the next few months, Ethan started to change. He reconnected with old friends, funded a new charity in Alyssa's name, and began volunteering at Alina's foundation for single mothers. Each time he saw her and her little boy, he realized that healing didn't come from replacing the past, it came from forgiving it. And though Ethan and Alina's story never turned romantic, it became something far more meaningful, a friendship built on understanding, empathy, and the quiet grace of second chances. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner, because sometimes, one small act of compassion can change someone's entire world. And before you go, comment below. Do you believe fate brings people back into our lives for a reason?